JT, my car, four-wheel drive light is on. This is a Jeep Cherokee. God, I forgot what year, guys. So here's what I'm gonna do. She want me to check. Now, I saw something pretty interesting. As you saw, the low mileage, not that many mileage. However, start this thing up. I want y'all to pay attention to this. I want y'all to understand what's happening here. Now, y'all see this? Oh, I got a little glare. Let me see if I can get rid of this glare. Okay. Y'all see the four-wheel drive or service four-wheel drive light on, right? Now I want y'all to pay attention to something. Look at the tire monitor. All right, notice everyone is close to 30, on some even above 30, except that left rear tire. It says 16. All right, guys, you got to understand something. When you're dealing with a four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive or anything of that nature, your wheels and tires have to be similar. In other words, they need to be the same. Okay, the tires have to be the same. The wheels have to be the same. In fact, some cars are so sensitive to where a worn out tire can be detected on some cars. Yes, so I'm basically showing 16 extremely low on the left rear. Now, you're not gonna can't really tell. In fact, looking at the thread, this thread probably match all the others. All right, but this is a place you have to start, guys. Okay, now with me, see, you can't tell. Yeah, I can't even look at that and tell I'm down to 16 back here. But I just want you guys to keep in mind, all-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, all that stuff, the tires, the wheels. First thing you should suspect when you got any kind of four-wheel drive issue is the tires and the wheel. In fact, let's do that. 225 60 R18. What we got up here? 225 60 R18. So chances are all four of them are the same. Now, when you become low, just say you got a slow leak in one tire. Yeah, it's all the same. Can the circumference of that tire with that little small detail, you being low, 16 psi, could that really make a difference? I don't know, guys. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm fixing to go to the gas station, get some air, put some air in the tire, put them all at right around 33. I'm gonna turn the light off and I'm gonna go drive this car again and basically see if the light come back on. How's that? All right, because now when we see that service four-wheel drive light, first thing you need to do is scan the thing. I don't know what code's in it, but I'm just going off basic instincts right now, which is what I suggest you guys do. So let me stop talking. Let's go and get some air in this thing, and I'm gonna erase the code and go drive this thing some more and see what happens, guys. I'll let y'all know, man. Let's freaking get it. All right, guys, I'm at a gas station change called Quick Trip. Hey, so we got some air right here. So when Buddy get done, like I said, we're gonna top this air off. In the meantime, I'm gonna erase this code and we're gonna go drive this thing and see what the heck going on. All right, y'all gonna hang around with me? All right, this guy look like he gonna be all day. He got a damn, is that an A, Acura? What A stand for? Y'all know I ain't good with looking at these grills and identifying what car it is. I'm in a bubble, man. I've been in a bubble for a long time. I know some of you guys just look at the grill. JT, that's a damn Mazda, man. You don't know nothing. I don't know what that is, but when he get done, we're gonna top this off. All right, guys, y'all hold tight. All right, let's get it, man. Left rear is the one that's real low. All right. Oh, it's been a while since I came to the gas station to do this. Man, y'all hold tight. Alrighty, guys, and there you have it. Now, where are we? I got everybody at 33. Okay, now what I need to do is turn the check engine light off. All right, and then we're gonna go drive it. So y'all hold tight. Alrighty, guys, I had to go get my scan tool. I forgot I didn't have my scan tool in order to turn the light out. Now you see the light is out. All right, no service four-wheel drive light on. Now you can see the tire pressure all above 30. All right, no more 16 psi on the left rear. Now my goal is to drive this. I'm gonna go about 4 miles. We at 53672 right now. 4 plus 72 is 76. So when I get back, 53676 should be on the odometer. If that light don't come back on, one could assume the tire pressure did it. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm just throwing out, just trying to find something to stick, because let me tell you something. I am not thrilled about May having to do a PTU on this thing. This is a tight ass Jeep Cherokee. Look, not a 4-cylinder, a freaking V6. 3.2, the baby brother to the Pentastar V3.6. So no, I'm not tickled or thrilled to death to may have to put a PTU on this thing. Please don't let it be a PTU. All right. So keep your fingers crossed, guys. Let's go on a freaking test drive, and I'll be back. I'll see y'all in about 4 miles. All right, y'all stay tuned. Alrighty, guys, I'm back. Now, as you can see, I went and put 4 miles on this thing. You don't see the service, you know, the 4-wheel drive light on. All right, guys, I don't want to create false hope. Okay, I don't want to just blatantly yell out correcting the tire pressure would turn your service 4-wheel drive light out. I will, however, yell out that your tire pressure is very crucial. It's important. All right, it's important to maintain proper pressure in your tire. Now, did that fix this service 4-wheel drive light? I can't go on record as saying such, guys, because I'm not sure. All right, I just want to give you guys something to think about. All right, yeah, keep this in the back of your head when you belittling the importance of tire pressure. That tire pressure, guys, I'm guilty of this as well. I thought that meant nothing. Okay, no big deal. I put some air in when I get around to it. No, you can essentially overheat the tire, and have a blowout because of continued driving with either low pressure or overinflated pressure. So the correct tire pressure is crucial. I no longer think that way. This is important now. All right, I keep a tire gauge in my car, and I make sure my tire pressures are on point, and I suggest you do the same. But I didn't really come to a conclusion. I'm going to go pull up those codes that was involved, and I'm going to base my diagnosis around those codes. All right, I have to do this the right way, but I'm just leaving y'all with a little hope and a little reminder to keep the tire pressures on point. I got to go, guys. Thanks for watching.